Good morning, everyone. I am Joycidel Bumbita. I am the discussant for today. And today, I will discuss the designing an effective work-based learning plan. So, in objectives, sa learning objectives, the first is develop a training plan aligned with the competencies and training needs. The second is match workplace activities with learning outcomes. So, what is a training plan? A training plan serves as a guide for delivering structured instruction within a work-based setup. It lays out the steps for how learning will occur starting from the trainee's initial exposure to concepts, progressing through skills development, and ending with a performance evaluation. It also includes a list of required tools, materials, and resources. So when we say training plan, it a training plan is to outline the objectives, activities, timelines, and resources required to achieve specific learning goals within a training program. So a training plan is like a roadmap for learning. So imagine you are traveling to a new place and you would not just go there without direction, right? So you need a map or a guide. In the same way, a training plan. A training plan guides both the trainer and the trainee throughout the whole learning process. So gets? So I have another example, a relatable example. So for example, kung barista training ka, unang step ay you need to know the various coffee beans at drinks. Next step is you need to practice. Kailangan mong mag-practice kung paano gumawa ng coffee. Then evaluation. Titignan kung kaya mo na mag-serve ng tama sa customer. So lahat ng yon ay nasa training plan. Okay. So in short, a training plan serves as a guide. It shows what needs to be learned, how it will be learned, when it will be learned. So let's move on to the what to include in the training plan. The training plan must specify the following. The first one is the competencies to be obtained. The specific skills and knowledge the trainee is expected to achieve. Ito yung specific skills and knowledge na dapat matutunan ng trainee after the training. So for example, sa food service management, kasama dito yung food safety, proper handling at customer service. So yun yung dapat matutunan ng trainee after the training. And the second is time frame for achieving the competencies, the duration and schedule for completing the required training. So this refers to the schedule or duration of the training. This tells us how long the training will take. Dito nakalagay kung gaano katagal or how long it takes for the trainee to complete the activities and reach the required skills. So the third one is training to be undertaken. So the specific learning activities and tasks involved in the training process. So next, let's talk about the training to be undertaken. So ito yung part ng training plan na naka-focus lang sa specific learning activities at tasks na gagawin ng trainees. So for example, role play, hands-on practice. If sa food service management like our program, so yung training to be undertaken is pwedeng mag-include ng actual food preparation or table setting. Or sa customer service simulation, that's the example of training to be undertaken. The next is delivery modes to be employed. The methods and approach used to deliver the training, such as online learning, hands-on practice, or classroom instructions. So, ito naman yung ginagamit para ma-deliver ang training sa trainees. So, ito yung paraan kung paano i-deliver ng training, yung training. Pwedeng online learning, classroom instruction, FSM tayo. So, madalas ang delivery modes na ginagamit ay for example, sa classroom discussion. Sa classroom discussion para sa mga theories about food safety or kaya sa food prep. So the next is responsibility for delivery and or assessment. So identification of who will provide the training and conduct competency assessment. So for example, sa food service management, pwedeng instructor ang mag-handle ng classroom discussion, tapos chef trainer ang mag-supervise ng hands-on practice. So in short, these elements make sure na malinaw kung sino ang responsible sa pagtuturo at sino ang magbabalidate ng competencies para masigurado na effective at credible ang buong training process. And the next, assessment details and arrangement. The evaluation process include the criteria, methods, and timing of assessments. Next is the assessment, details, and arrangement. Ito naman yung part ng training plan na nakafocus sa evaluation process. So, dito nakalagay kung paano ma-measure o malaman ko kung na-achieve na ng trainees ang required competencies. Then next is the name of qualification to be issued. So, the official certification of qualification the trainee will receive upon successful completion. So, last part ng training plan is the name of the qualification to be issued. So, this is the official certificate na binibigay sa trainees kapag successful nilang natapos ang training. And pwede nilang magamit yung certificate nila kapag papasok na sila sa real job like NC1, NC2. Kanon. So, we come now to the step for developing a training plan. So, the first one is review the training requirements of trainees. Start by identifying the learning goals based on the current skills. Refers to assessment tools like Form 4.1 to pinpoint gaps, then map this to corresponding modules or instructional units and estimate how much time each will take to complete. So, ibig sabihin nito, bago tayo magturo, kailangan muna nating alamin kung ano na nga ba ang alam at skills ng trainees. So, hindi pwedeng diretso lang tayo sa lesson. Kasi baka may mga bagay na alam na nila at may mga parts na kailangan pa nilang i-improve. So, we need to use the assessment tools like Form 4.1. So, dito lumalabas kung saan may gaps or kakulangan ang trainees. So, for example, kung marunong na sila sa basic computer use pero nahihirapan sila sa Excel. So doon natin sila tututukan. So the second is organize module in sequence. Once the content is identified, arrange the module in meaningful order. Make sure the earlier topic lay the groundwork for more advanced skills later on. So this is very important. Once we know the topic we need to cover, we have to arrange them in the right order para maging smooth yung learning ng trainees. So for example, in food service training, hindi pwedeng unahin agad yung advanced skills like menu planning or cost control kung hindi pa natututunan ng trainees yung basics. So dapat mag-start muna tayo sa basic kitchen safety and sanitation. Why? Kasi hygiene is the foundation of all the food service work. So the third one is define the learning task. For each module or topic, outline what the trainee will do to build competency, whether it's a workshop task, supervised practice, or simulated workshop activity. So, ibig sabihin nito, for every module or topic, dapat malinaw kung ano mismo ang gagawin ng trainee para ma-develop yung skills nila. Hindi lang siya basta discussion or lecture, kailangan may hands-on activity. So, for example, in food service management, if yung module ay tungkol sa kitchen sanitation, the learning task could be a demonstration of proper hand washing or a clean-as-you-go workshop. So, if the module is food preparation, the task might be chopping vegetable under supervision or practicing portion control. So, by defining learning tasks, hindi lang natin sinasabi kung ano ang dapat matutunan, but we also design how they will learn it. This makes the training more practical, interactive, and directly connected to real workplace situation in food service. So the next one is identify people involved in delivery. List the individuals responsible for facilitating and supervising each part of the training. This might include in-house trainer, industry expert, or workplace mentors. So, identify people involved in delivery. So, dito naman ang focus ay kung sino yung mga tao na responsible sa pagtuturo at pag-guide in every part ng training. So, it's important kasi iba-iba ang expertise na kailangan sa bawat topic. So, una, meron tayong in-house trainer. Ito yung mga managers o senior staff sa food service na marunong sa company standards like paggamit ng POS or point of sale. point of sale, customer service, at safety practices. And the second one is meron ding industry expert. So ito naman yung mga professional na may specialized knowledge tulad ng food safety, culinary techniques, or nutritions. And also, meron ding workplace mentors. Sila yung experienced co-workers na hands-on na nag-guide sa trainees sa actual na trabaho, nagbibigay ng feedback at tips habang nasa operation. The fifth one is prepare the learning environment, specify the tools, materials, machine, or work areas that will be used, ensures everything is appropriate for the skills being taught. And the second, choose the location for training. Determine where each session will take place. This could be a school lab, a company site, or a training center depending on the nature of the activity. The second one is create a realistic training schedule. Set the timeline for when the modules will be delivered, include starts, end dates, daily duration, and any necessary break and transitions. So, sa create a realistic training schedule, dito kailangan gumawa ng tamang timeline kung kailan at paano i-deliver yung training modules. So, dapat naka-indicate yung start and end dates, pati yung daily duration ng training. So, it's important rin na may break and transition para hindi ma-burn out yung trainees. So, for example, sa food service training, pwedeng 2 weeks. Week 1 for basic food safety at customer service. Tapos sa week 2 for hands-on practice sa kitchen at dining area. So, kapag realistic at well-planned yung schedule, mas magiging smooth at effective yung learning process. So, next is training requirements. So, dito na-define ang learning goals ng trainees based sa result ng Training Needs Assessment, yung TNA. So, yung outcomes ng TNA ang nagsiset ng direction ng training plan para nakafocus ito sa pag-bridge ng skills gaps at siguradong naka-align sa kung ano talaga ang hinahanap ng industry sa mga qualified at competent workers. So, training activity task. These are activities and tasks that trainees must complete to develop the required competencies or learning outcomes. So, ito yung mga activities at tasks na kailangan gawin ng trainees para ma-develop yung skills at competencies na kailangan. So, the next one is mode of training. This refers to the delivery mode or the medium used to conduct the training and facilitate learning. It may include face-to-face instruction, online learning, blended learning, hands-on practice, simulation, or work-based training. So, ibig sabihin nito ay yung paraan kung paano mo i-deliver ang training. So, pwedeng face-to-face lectures, online learning, blended setup, or hands-on practice. Or, depende ito kung ano yung pinaka-effective at practical para sa trainees at sa nature ng trabaho. So, the last one is staff. This refers to the personnel responsible for training, include the trainer, training coordinator, supervisor, or industry mentor. Whenever possible, the specific names of the individuals involved should be documented for clarity and accountability. Then, ito naman yung mga tao na may direct responsibility sa training program tulad ng trainer, training coordinator, supervisor, or industry mentor. Mas maganda kung nakadocument ang exact name nila para klaro kung sino ang accountable at para din transparent ang buong training process. So that's all. Thank you.